What's up, everybody? Back with another one, me, Canary, Valens. So I wanted to talk about parenting today, man. So I run into a lot of people. Some people who are single parents, some people who are still together or whatever in their kids' lives. But my thing is today, it seems like kids are progressively getting worse. Back in the 90s, it seems like there was a little bit more discipline. People knew when you were a kid back then, you knew not to speak to adults a certain way, and other adults wouldn't let you speak to them a certain way. We all have social media, and we see these kids getting attacked, like the guy, I forgot what state he was in, but the music teacher ended up getting in a fight with that kid. But they want to talk about how the teacher assaulted the kid, but the kid was sitting there verbally assaulting him the whole time, calling him slurs and stuff like that, and even initiated it by throwing the basketball at him. But once the teacher retaliates, that's all they talk about and all they show. But if that kid had the respect for adults that he was supposed to, it would have never gone that far, in my opinion. My bad. That's just one thing that I've noticed over time. It seems that a lot of these kids are getting more bold about just talking to adults however they feel like it. And then when they get checked, then it's like, oh my gosh, you're an animal. How could you touch this poor innocent child? When the kid's not innocent at all. I view it as the kids are only going to be as respectful as their parents make them be. Meaning that if your kid's at home and he just talks to you any type of way and cusses you out and you don't do anything about it, they're going to feel like they can go out and cuss someone else out. And then on the flip side of that, there's a lot of parents who berate and belittle their children. So now you have these kids that have low self-esteem and shit and think that there's something or not, or think something's worse than what it is. Want to whine and overreact about shit. Be super sensitive about shit that, is not going to help them in the long run. One, because they're going to grow up and go into the real world and see that nobody gives a fuck if you cry. It's like you either roll with or get ran over pretty much out here. But, that's just how I think about it. That's something that I've just noticed over time. But I don't have any children, so maybe I'm just speaking out my ass. But, I do have nieces and nephews, and they are all very respectful. They know to not to speak back. They know to basically do the right thing. And I'm just saying, I think that I wish that more parents would kind of put in the effort rather than just oh, they're crying, just put this in front of their face or just give them your cell phone. You got to actually sit there and teach your kids and not push the responsibility on someone else. A lot of parents out here will send their kids to school, and then when the teacher's like, man, your kid's in here acting up, they're like, well, he's your problem for those 8 hours a day, so just deal with it. But it shouldn't be a teacher's job. Of course, they help and they add to it, but it shouldn't just be the teacher's job to raise your kid, basically. The first line of defense is supposed to be the parent. But that's just something that I've noticed over time. You guys leave your thoughts and comments and let me know what you think. And that's another one of me, Canary Valens. Peace.